Here are some great steps to follow prior to listing your home. This is Danny with DA Properties. Let's talk about it. So, for the life of me, I don't understand why people are so afraid to do some very inexpensive and easy things prior to listing their home. Item number one, get an inspection. I mean, somebody's going to do an inspection on this anyway. If you have a home that you're listing, just get an inspection. A professional inspector is going to come in your house and they're basically going to give you an entire list of items that you may be able to fix for pennies on the dollar versus having you get stuck inside of a contract in an escrow with a client who all of a sudden is faced with this 20-30 page report. They're freaking out. They don't know if they should purchase this home. They're led by an agent who is inexperienced, and next thing you know, they're either asking for these crazy dollar amounts to fix the items on your list, or even worse, they get scared and back out of the transaction. This is just a no-brainer. Before you list a house, if you know about general construction, if you maintain your property, is this necessary? No. When I list my personal house, I will not have personally an inspector, because I've been doing this for 20 years. I know every corner of my house and I know everything that works and everything that doesn't. So when you are listing your home and you haven't been in the crawl space, you haven't been in the attic, you just don't spend too much time at your home, just pay the $500, $400 to $600 on these inspections. Get a general inspection and take your time and fix these items so they don't become a big issue when you're selling your home. It's a super simple step. Not sure why people don't do it, but this is something that I strongly advise prior to listing your home. Item number two, colors and paint. Okay, I know this is a super simple thing. However, when you're walking into a house, okay, so here I am on a tour with my clients, with the buyers. I walk in a house, I open the door, right? Typically, I'm gonna see, like, to my right, there's gonna be an office, to the left, there's gonna be a formal dining area. You have your hallway and you enter into the kitchen and into the living room. Well, when I open that door, and if I look at 5 different colors from one angle, that's an issue, okay? You want the home to be not personalized. You want it to be easy on the eye. So if I'm focusing on, one color to the right, one color to the left, one color in the hallway, different color of the trim, now I have to deal with some hardwood floors. It is too much going on. Right off the bat, feels like, the moment you walk in, somebody smacks you with with a paint stick right over your head. It's like, what's happening over here? So this is one thing that you can easily change. Current colors, just to keep in mind, people love the new grays. I'm sure you've heard of Dorian gray, amazing gray. There's plenty of grays that are in right now and that you can use in order to enhance your property, make it feel a little bit more neutral, a little bit more up to date. Or if you don't like the gray colors, there's also some beige colors that you can use. One way or the other, try to just simplify it so when you walk in the house, you just are not faced with 15 different colors right off the get. It's typically not a good thing when you're listing your home. Here comes item number 3, landscaping. Make sure your grass, I know this is simple, but not a lot of times, is this tip actually utilized. Make sure the grass is properly cut. The shrubs are cut back. Make sure that sometimes, for whatever reason, I see people that have big trees on the corner of the home. At one point in time, they were small, but now they have grown into the house. They have basically taken over, the entire corner of the house. They've taken over your downspouts and everything else, and they're grown into the roof side. Not a good thing. So just prepare for the outside. Put some pine needles out in your beds. Put some mulch outside for the pictures. It's gonna look great. Make sure the outside is prepared just as well as the inside, because it is the first thing people are gonna see. If you have moss grown on the side of the home, I mean, come on, pressure wash it, people. When I walk onto a house and I see that there's green moss, on the side of the house, it's like, really, this is no cost whatsoever. You can rent a pressure washer, borrow one from a friend. This is super, super inexpensive, and it really makes a big difference, if you prepare it properly. Tip number 4, when you walk in the house, a lot of agents are on the fence with this. Try to remove as many personal pictures as you can. Here's the scenario. So I'm out there with a buyer tour, right? And we have scheduled, in one run I can schedule in between 8 and 12 homes. The spans, the slots that I allow for each of the showing tours is anywhere between 3 and 4 hours. We don't typically go past it. People get tired out. It gets too much, for any single person to take all of that in, right? So between 8 and 12 homes, between 3 and 4 hours, right? Take in calculation the driving to and from the house. When you enter the house with your clients, you're going to be there for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, right? Inside of those 10 to 15 minutes, when you're listing a home, you want that potential buyer to focus on your home. That's it, period. Your home, right? The walls, the structures, the room, the openness, the beautiful paint, everything best that this house has to offer. Now include those personal pictures. The very first thing any curious buyer is going to want to see: who lives in this house? Oh my God, look at these cute kids. Look at these cute, wedding pictures. Look at that. Oh my God, such a great family. Oh, look at this, look at that. You're just cutting down the time they're actually going to spend inside of your home looking at the actual house. So you want people to focus on your home. Make it look like, Chinese fusion restaurant. Make it look like a hotel. If you're selling the house, you don't live there anymore. This is now a house that you're trying to give away, trying to liquidate the asset. You have to make it welcome and appealing to everybody else. So your personal taste, throw it out the window. Get the house ready for the market. I know this sounds harsh, and some people are like, well, this is the home I raised my children. That's all. I get all of that. I understand all of it. But if the time has come for you to sell it, emotionally, you have to disconnect from it, and you have to professionally put it together so it appeals to the market and it results in a quick sale. I hope that makes sense. And the last item over here that I'm going to discuss today, item number 5, price it accordingly and make sure you use professional photography, whoever it is that you're working with, okay? Make sure you use professional photography, okay? Not some $50, $100, not some, first time, experience type of thing. A professional company. Pictures will sell your home. They're gonna make the biggest difference. When I go on my website and I look at the property, some of the properties that competing brokers or startup brokers are posting, dark cloudy skies, it's raining, they're doing it with with their iPhones, and the angles are not good and the pictures are not developed. That really is gonna make a huge impact on whether or not your home will get sold, or if it's going to slide into inventory and you're going to lose tens of thousands of dollars. Pictures sell homes. This is like, I always compare, this is like Tinder, this is like the dating app site. In today's market, your potential buyers are sitting at home through the iPad or the iPhone, and they're looking through profiles. Oh, I like, oh, I don't like. Oh, this looks over here very appealing. So it's a visual connection that they make at first. Once the visual connection is made, let me check this. Let me call my broker. Let me call my agent and see if we can get into the house. So it's that picture on the phone, on your laptop, on your iPad that first invites the person in the home. And obviously at the same premise, on the same level, they're also going to look at the price, right? But the first thing is, if the pictures are on point and if it looks amazing, if it's staged properly, if it's prepared for the market, people are even going to jump to higher price bracket because they found something they fell in love with, right? So that is the first thing. Make sure you have the pictures taken professionally. Make sure it's priced according to the market. And if you follow all these, these very few steps that I outlined over here, you shouldn't have any problems listing your home and getting it sold in no time. Again, this is Denny with DA Properties. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, call me, email me. Phone number is 704-340-5435. Denny with DA Properties. I'm out.